Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sports Factory Podcast. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of basketball things happening, especially in the past 24 hours. Ton of basketball news, and some of it's hilarious, some of it's more serious. But first and foremost, Jared, he has a limited time period with us, so we definitely want to start with him. Jokic. I'll tell you, 30-20-10. 30-20-10. I remember there was a game James Harden was playing, and I was like, "Ooh, I hope he can get 30-20-10," because he was like getting kind of close there. I was like, "Oh, can he do it?" But I was like, I don't think anybody can do that. That's really hard. The 20, especially the 20 part. But I forget. But Jokic can definitely do that because one of the best offensive players of all time. Jared, Michael Porter Jr. once again did nothing for you, but you got Jokic and you got Murray. Tell me, how does it feel to be 2 games away from an NBA championship? And what do you think about the game, the last game?
It feels good. Obviously, we know they can win in Denver, so I'm not too comfortable. It's been 3 games in a row this series. Heat have shot better from 3 than the Nuggets. First game, we were 29, I think. Second game, we were barely above 30. This game, we were 20-something. So it hasn't been good. Nuggets have not played their best basketball. And all 3 games, Michael Porter Jr. has underperformed pretty bad. First game, we had decent defense. Second game, we lost. This game, obviously, Jokic and Murray had a historic game as a duo. And Christian Brown stepped up pretty big.
Christian Braun? No, I'm sorry. It's Brown. His name's so stupid. Continue. It's Brown. It's Brown. I don't know why
it's spelled weird. But yeah. In the earlier series, it looked like the moments were just too big for him. Wasn't hitting his shots, had some bad mistakes. But he had it all together last night. And that was really nice to see.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Jared, me and Austin, we had a conversation. We watched the game yesterday. And I was like this. I was like, the Heat at the point when we were talking, it was 1-1 in the series. I was like, Jokic needs to win this championship. And the reason why, because I want the Nuggets to win because I love narratives. I'm a narrative guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I know some people like the underdog stuff, and that's cool, but I'm here for narratives. I'm ready to push narratives. Jokic win, I could push hella narratives with that. That's easy to push. But see, here's the thing though, and he disagreed with me with this, but then I try to really push this. Jokic, if he loses, this will be all for nothing. And the reason why I say this is all for nothing is because he didn't win the league MVP. He didn't make first team All NBA, and that means he wouldn't have won the championship. So he wouldn't have won finals MVP. So all of the most triple doubles in postseason history, 30-20-10, they ain't going to talk about that 5 years from now. You know what they're going to talk about? An 8-seeded team won the NBA championship. So you would have done all of that for absolutely nothing. And then he tried to push and say, well, Jesse, who in the West gonna F with the Nuggets? Because the Nuggets are this and that. The Nuggets, these other teams, the Lakers getting old, the Warriors and this and that. Don't talk like that. You need to win now. You can't bank on the future because I promise you, plot is a mother. I'm telling you right now, KD and Westbrook and Harden, I bet they thought, boy, they were young. They in their 20s. They said, boy, we made the finals. We just beat the Spurs to get to the finals. Are we getting back? They never returned. They never went back ever again. Shaq and Penny probably thought they was going to get back to another finals. They never returned as a duo ever again.
Well, sure. Maybe even the Celtics, or who knows what happens with the Celtics, but even them.
You see, because I don't know, but they trade Jaylen Brown. I think that'd be a mistake. But regardless, you win now. This is your best shot because you face the Heat. And even though the Heat are playing amazing, right? They're an amazing team. I mean, I feel like if the next year you face the Bucks, it's not gonna be as easy. I feel like you face the Bucks next year. If you make the finals next year, you face the Bucks or you face the Celtics like this. I think now is your best shot to win. This is obviously a great matchup for you. The Bucks would not be as good of a matchup, and the Celtics would not be as good of a matchup. This is it. Don't ruin this. I tell you, look. I tell you, Jared. I'm gonna tell you like this. Mm-hmm. You don't win the shit. I tell you, I can tell. F around and lose. Lose to this team. That's it. I don't care what you say. I don't care about none of that triple doubles. I don't care about y'all. Y'all ain't going back. Now, not only are y'all y'all not going back. You see, because we hyping them Jokic, that just drops exponentially. We hyped them up. People comparing them to Shaq and all these other players. That's gonna drop. It's gonna drop because they're not gonna talk about Jokic. They're gonna talk about the lowest seeded team in history to win a championship. And on whose head? It's gonna be on whose head? On Jokic's head.
They're gonna talk shit about him, if anything. Talk negatively more.
And the Heat are a good team. Like, the Heat are a good team. But they go think about they the 8th team.
Two seed. 2 seed.
But they go talk about they the greatest run of all time, they're the AC win the champ. They're not gonna talk about Jokic's greatness in the postseason. So Joel Embiid would have had a more success. He didn't have a more successful season than you, but he's leaving with more than you have because y'all both lost at the end of the day. I don't know, but he got an MVP with it. You see what I'm saying? And you lost to the AC. You see what I'm saying? They lost to the Celtics. You lost to the AC. Tough. You know what? Down your head, I'm telling you. So, I don't know. Do you agree with me? I'm curious.
Yeah, that all makes sense. There's a ton of pressure on the Nuggets right now.
Yes,
they got to win right now.
They definitely need to win right now. You're going to leave with nothing, and it's going to be very sad. But luckily, Jared and everyone else, I mean, except John, I don't know if he agrees. John, do you pick the? How are you feeling? Because you did troll me. It's hilarious because I know the thing is after every win, because I did that one game at a time against the Celtics, and then he did that when the Heat beat the Nuggets. But I said I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just let it play out because you're a funny guy. But I'm not gonna say that. But I'm just curious. So because you seem more confident after that Heat win, did your confidence raise in the Heat after the Heat won in Game 2? Do you believe the Heat can win this series?
Not at all. But I'm not gonna say they can't win the series, but my confidence didn't raise. I just I took an opportunity to troll you a little bit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna get one. If they would have got swept, that would have been bad. But all I needed was them. All I needed was for them to win one game, and they did that. And I got my little victory, and take my next couple losses, and next year that'll be a top two.
Top two. Hey, look, if I tell you, Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin and the boys, they playing like this, they will definitely be. They ain't gonna be no top 2 seed. Number 1 seed in the East, 68 wins. Them boys shooting like the way these boys shooting. Look, the Heat, and this is the reason why I pushed back, right, John? This is the reason why I pushed back in the beginning with the Miami Heat. They literally had the worst shooting percentage in the league for the regular season. Now, if Caleb Martin and Gabe Vincent and Max Strus, if they showed me something at any time in their lives that was anything like this, like in their entire life, that was anything like this, I'd be like, okay. The fact, this is the most improbable thing I've ever seen because I have never seen a person play so much better than I thought was even possible. Like, Gabe Vincent sometimes look like Damian Lillard out there to me. Like, I don't understand how he's playing that. I understand, okay, Coach Spo, you give confidence to these guys. Duncan Robinson, he was benched for the whole freaking year. He comes in, he's freaking amazing. And it's ridiculous how people just come from out of rhythm to in rhythm at that level. Yeah. But, you put him in good confidence. Jimmy Butler is a pretty good playmaker. I understand, but this should flame. I'm just like, when does this flame out? Hopefully to the Nuggets. But I'm just like, I thought it could flame out versus the Knicks. And then, but I saw Julius Randle's inability to be good at basketball in a postseason, right? And that I was like, okay, that can't happen. Maybe the Celtics. But then Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown forgot how to play basketball the first 3 games, then remembered the next 3 games, and then Jason Tatum rolled his ankle, and then everything, what the hell, Jaylen Brown forgot how to dribble. It was all over. So this series, I don't know. This is improbable. I don't know. I want the Nuggets to help to get these boys out. I'm tired. I tell you, there's always an annoying team in the postseason. Always a team that just hitting all their threes, just randomly doing it too. Last year was the Mavericks. They were just the Suns 60-win team. They're supposed to beat the Mavericks, and Jalen Brunson and Luke and all these boys destroying them in Game 7. They were the most annoying team. They lost the plot. Golden State. Now this is easily the most annoying team of all time. Because they are beating these boys that the Bucks and Celtics did not expect this type of terror. So, the Knicks, you're happy to be there and congratulations. But the other 2 teams definitely did not expect that type of terror. So, hey, we'll see if they flame out though. And John, hey, if they win, you're definitely gonna be on some trolling stuff. If they win the series, that boy John, he gonna be on this and he definitely gonna troll. But Jared, if your team win, we can have a party.
Yeah.
We gotta celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play some copyrighted music in the background too. We're gonna play some celebration music in the background. we gonna celebrate Jared because I'm telling you, you deserve it, man. He finally got some plot in basketball. He got plot in other sports. Hockey and football, he doing great. All right.
Oh, hockey's doing well?
Oh, no, he won the championship last year. He doing good.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Good job, boy. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk about this because I got to talk about funny stuff too because I'm in my funny mood right now. Y'all heard about Zion Williamson?
Oh
right?
my God! Why? I knew you were gonna talk about that shit too.
No, I got to talk about my funny stuff.
Fuck.
Bro, Zion Williamson, bro. That 2019 draft class is like a Comedy Central type of thing. That's definitely a Comedy Central boy. Because I thought John Morant was leading that comedy in that class, but then Zion trying to catch up. He trying to catch steam. I love it. Because Zion Williamson, if for my audience, if you don't know, he got a girl pregnant, and he's very happy that he got that girl pregnant. But it seemed like that girl is, she's not like, she's not like the most heavenly girl ever, right? She's pretty, but she's an interesting character. Some people might call her. I'm not gonna respect her because I'm a good guy in this podcast. But she has, she's an interesting character. But then another interesting character who does, some type of actress work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She also she tweeted and said, "Hey, you had sexual affairs with me as well." She was very descriptive.
Affairs?
But she did some we did some sexual things, and hey, my period is late.
Oh, she said that too?
Yeah, she said I better not be, pregnant because my period is also late. I was like, dang, hey, why is he not on the court? Because he busting it off the court. You know what I'm saying? He doing his thing off the court.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know. You know what I'm confused about? Because I feel like at this point, like if you have like the PJ Washingtons of the world, like that's like a use case. You know what I'm saying? Like you understand like what not to do. They should have like a seminar on what not to do if you're an NBA player. But I think obviously he failed that seminar ridiculously. A lot of people, because when you make that much money, like obviously if you make a lot of money like that, you call yourself a high value man, right? That's like the thing that pops off the most around high value men, right? Obviously, you could pick almost any pretty girl you want because they all obviously you're high value, you have a lot of money. But then when you pick those like those Instagram models and the actresses, but not the ones on like the movie on the movie screen actresses,
The one that's on the websites.
yeah, the website actresses and stuff. It's like, why would you? Like, I don't. I'm confused. I'm curious what y'all think about it. Okay, because I always get confused. Maybe, we got, males, we have two heads. Yes. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm confused. That'd be confusing me, but I'm just curious what y'all think about that, bro.
That shit wild. So I didn't know the girl that he got pregnant, the original girl. I didn't know she was on some next level shit. I thought she was like a normal girl that he just.
Oh no, she was dribbling. She was dribbling. Somebody said something funny. She was dribbling, but wasn't a basketball. It was her cheeks, and that's hilarious because when he said, I was like, that's true. She do dribble. Yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Both of them? Or
no, but one of them is like an Instagram model, but she be on like some like. She be, she be out there showing her thing, not all the way, but her thing. The other one is, she
fully committed. The other one fully
committed to the game.
The other one not there yet. She's thinking
She's out there. She's fully committed to the game.
She committed to the game. Damn. I don't know, Zion, dog. Look. Oh my gosh, these niggas just don't know what to do when they get money, bro. They just don't know what to do. Stay your ass at home. Why niggas can't be born no more? Like, what the fuck is up with that shit, huh? Niggas can't stay home no more. Just be boring. You gotta be entertaining.
Nah, I don't.
I mean, technically, did he do anything wrong though?
Nah, he didn't do nothing.
Look, he didn't do nothing wrong, but he didn't do nothing wrong, but he did something like he just signed an 18-year contract, right? Like no, because she's pregnant. Obviously, the girl's pregnant. The other girl may be pregnant too. That's two 18-year contracts. Obviously, you're tied to this person for at least 18 years. That's inside her stomach. Now, what they usually do, this is a scam. Brittany Renner is like the queen of this because she even told us it was like almost some breakdown type stuff. It's easy. She said she's easy to scam basketball players, right? Because obviously, you know what I'm saying, if y'all break up for any reason, you have to pay child support. That's the thing. Now the woman has generational wealth because she don't need the $200,000 a month. The kid don't need that $200,000 like just to basically live. Like you don't need that much money. That's obviously not going off for the kid. So you get generational wealth. It's a perfect scam routine. You know what I'm saying? Brittany Renner mastered it. PJ Washington is the number one, but poster child of what not to do. Zion makes more money, but hey, if he cool with like just giving away his money, it's cool. You're a charitable guy, but that is a scam.
Maybe we just maybe we put in too much pressure. Maybe the girl is actually a good girl. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she had.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows? Like she could.
Hey,
maybe she could actually still be a good girl. We should.
What is a good girl?
Until it actually happens.
Okay. Oh, maybe not a scammer. You're saying she's not a scammer?
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah, a scammer. That's what I meant to say. Like
maybe she wanted a child.
She didn't like just pipe.
You can.
They get a baby. And
she kind of tall too, right?
I don't know. She seemed like probably average height, but it's like scam likely phone calls. It's like, do you answer those?
Sometimes.
Scam likely. Like,
I mean,
sometimes.
I wouldn't call it a scam, bro. I just like you make a decision. Like we're grown now. It's like we know how it goes. So you decided to do that. So now you gotta live with that. A scam is like tricking you into something you didn't know. Like you know what happened when you do that. It's not like surprise. Now you got a baby. No, you know what you're doing. And you decide. No. Unless.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Because what I was thinking is like PJ Washington thought he was getting love. This is why it's a scam. He thought he was getting love. Like they got married and then she divorced him and took his money. Like that's a scam. Like you thought I was about to be in a commitment, but he's trying to house. That's not a yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, but like
but at the same time, just look at basketball players. Maybe she tried it and didn't like it. Like for instance, look at Zion. He's messing with 2 women. Like you married, and then next thing you know, he probably out there dating a lot of other women. Like she wrote about it in her book, but he probably dating a lot of other women too, and she probably thought she was gonna be the only one. Now you got a child. He gonna turn into LeBron James, but he's still young, and he probably messing around with a lot of other women. So why would you stay for that? But it's not, to me, it can't be a scam. Like a scam is you didn't know what you were signing up for. He knew what he was signing up for.
It has a potential to be. He's what, 21? How old is that?
He's younger than us.
Yeah, he's 22.
They about the same age, right? Oh, how old is she? I think she's 29.
No, she's 30. No, they not say like 22 and 30. The girl's 30 and he's like 22.
Yeah, you can
which one? The one
easily
that got
manipulated to 21.
The one that got pregnant is 30?
It's 30. Yeah, she's 30.
Damn, I didn't know that shit either.
That's why I say
22 years old with millions of dollars.
Look, that's why I say scam likely. It's not scam. I'm not saying scam for sure. But if you get scam likely phone call,
sure.
It's possible that she just in it because some of these guys are just love. Maybe it's for the love. I don't know. Zion definitely, as a high value guy, hey, if he did with that actress too, then yeah, you could say, hey, well, at the same time, hey, he's obviously just making foolish decisions, right? This is obviously his decisions, and they're foolish. I'm just like, I would rather keep that money than give that money up like that. I'm just saying because if you're an NBA player. Okay, go ahead. Maurice, go ahead.
I couldn't say it's foolish either though. My God, because we're saying like we're thinking like super negatively, obviously, right? Because if it is foolish, we won't know that until obviously they get divorced for whatever reason, or she takes the 18 years. But they stay together, it's not really foolish, who knows? Maybe she does love that nigga, Maybe.
Look, that's why it's not. But for sure.
But that's what anybody though. Like almost any girl, you could be like whoever you're dating. You never really know, like, everybody's fully true intentions anyway. That's why you take... I don't know how long he was dating whoever he's with currently. That's why you take time. I don't know. To me personally, I wouldn't have no kid this early. I mean, he's younger than me. But if he felt he was ready for it, like John said, he knew he was getting into. It's not like... I mean, unless the fucking condom broke or some shit...
He probably doing it raw. The actress said they were doing it raw, so it's like they was probably doing it raw. That's the decision though. It's like
these are things that like, or if he didn't want a baby that bad, he could have got a vasectomy. There's a whole bunch of things that he could have done.
He's not getting a vasectomy at 22.
Why not? Why couldn't he do that?
He's 22. Like he not.
He already injured anyway.
He'll probably want to get kids eventually.
He already injured anyway. It's like it's not like he had to like take the season off or something.
But I feel like he like. If you do without no condom, you an NBA player, you a millionaire.
You can reverse vasectomy.
It's reversible, but it's not like, it's reversible, but at the same time, there's a chance that it still don't work as well as it could work.
I'm not doing that, but I am being smart. Like, you know how many people walk around who have girlfriends and they don't have babies? Like, you
can take
you gotta like you.
Yeah.
I don't know. You
raw
know what
dogging
you're
is
doing.
crazy.
Like,
If you 22 and you raw dog and you multi-millionaire with at porn actresses, you
multiple
raw dogging like,
women,
come on, bro.
Like,
I'm sorry, bro.
That's not a mistake. That's a decision. Like, hey, maybe he like living life on the edge.
But yeah, that's like, to me, that's a mistake. He might just like going crazy because if he just want to just go, but at the same time, I feel like I don't know if, to me, it's not like okay, I want to have a kid, let's have sex, but it was definitely just me raw dogging, and then she just said I'm pregnant, and then okay, now I have money, it's fine, I'm happy.
I guess it really matters if it was it planned or not. Was this a plan?
I don't think it was planned.
Or was it not planned?
I don't think it was planned. I feel like he just
even not planned is like you know the repercussions of what you're doing. Like,
but he's not thinking.
We cannot coddle him like he's a 15-year-old boy. How old is he? He's what, 22? He's been through
like
college.
22.
Like, you know how many people probably talked to him when he signed that contract? You know how many it's like he grew up around social media, so he know like he can get on social media and see these men being trapped and these famous, like, we knew that since we was in middle school. Yeah, we know about women trapping men and like famous celebrities. So it's not like he just randomly came into, it's not like he hit the lottery and now he around powerful women. No, he's
getting all type of attention.
Like,
he getting at high school, you getting attention. I know women were throwing at him in high school. In college, when you are like a basketball star and you're in college, women treat you like you're everything. Them college girls will be going crazy for you. So he's been having all this attention for years. I just feel like this is definitely
fuck college.
I don't know. I say in high school and in college, definitely. But in college it's easier. You're just in dorms. You don't have to like drive to a girl house. You just walk over and they easily you can have freaking. I'm not gonna go too deep, but you could go crazy. You could definitely go crazy at college, right? So NBA obviously too. I assume New Orleans has some really beautiful women. They obviously has some good food. My man is. I tell you, look, if I'm the Pelicans, boy, he win all this attention and he's not on the basketball court. Damn. He said, I'm 99% ready to go, and he didn't play. I never forget that. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Because I don't know what that 1% is. Like, what is missing? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're at 99 and 100, what is that 1%? Like, what, if it was like 80%, okay, maybe my ankle's not all the way there. You know what I'm saying? If it's 90%, maybe I'm not mentally there. I don't know what 99. It's a freaking.
How many months pregnant is she? She got a baby bump. That was his sign. He was ready. He was 99% committed.
I'm the 2019 class. I ain't gonna lie to you. Zion, Brain. I don't know. You're doing a lot of interesting things that they're not on the court. Number one. Number two, John Morant. They got wonderful, funny memes on you. You might get suspended half the season. RJ Barrett's the king of mid. Jordan Poole. I don't know if the rumor Jordan Poole spending $500,000 for Ice Spice. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true, but that Jordan Poole definitely he definitely scammed the Warriors at this point, because obviously that contract and Draymond Green punched all the like talent out of you. I guess I don't know, but it definitely did not work for you this season.
It's an investment for Draymond. That was speculation on why he punched him. Because he was too good or something. That's what they were saying. And he started feeling himself. That's crazy that you put it like that. Because if you punch the talent out of somebody, bro, you know how strong you got to be?
Hey, you hit him hard, though. Hit him hard. It
was
the
a sucker punch, though, but,
Definitely, yeah. It fractured the team, though. Like, the young guys they don't trust Draymond no more. And the young guys, the future, that's tough. Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, they don't trust that boy no more. And that's how you break up a dynasty.
Really? He kind of strong, though. He definitely played football or something, cause
he did in Michigan.
That wasn't a basketball punch. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Imagine he punched Curry.
Oh no, he never did. He get flagged and shot. No, he could punch Jordan Poole. That's more funny.
Jumped him on sight.
But Steph Curry, Steph Curry, you getting freaking sniped. That is never happening. That man make too much money for the team. I do want to talk about a guy who has funny plot as well. Chris Paul got released. And there was a guy, Chris Paul, like a day before said that his daughter gets bullied, and we don't condone bullying, but his daughter got bullied because he never won a championship. And then, he just got released the next day. So I'm not, the dark humor in me, the dark humor in me, I gotta relax. The dark humor in me is not, because I know those kids probably had like a lot of material. I don't like that, but because I like Chris Paul.
Maybe they're out of school. They might be out of school, so it might be fine.
I hope, because that makes sense. Because I don't want to get bullied, but that's such a. I feel so sorry for Chris Paul and the family. Boy, I don't. Like,
that's fucked up.
Yeah,
Bully somebody like that.
Because I mean,
I'll take that though. Like, that's an easy thing to be bullied on compared to like them talking about you or man. Because back in middle school and in high school, the jokes can be very like
they can ruin you, boy.
Yeah.
That's
just like calling them poor or something. Hey, I can't change that.
Fair point.
I can't change it.
Unless she goes to school. Unless she already goes to her school.
Yeah.
But I mean, Chris Paul make like the second most money, like just purely NBA money, probably second most money of all time. I think Chris Paul, in just terms of not brand deals and other stuff, literally just NBA money. That man has found a great way. He scammed me, but he found a great way of getting these $40 million contracts, right? So he makes like a lot of money, and obviously he has
scammed the Rockets.
Like in the beginning, because this is how he scammed me. Because like he was really good, and then we paid him a lot of money, and then he didn't become as good, and then he went vegan. Then we traded him, and then he got really good again. Pissed me off. I was like, no. That's
all the veganism. That's funny.
Because I remember that game 7 when he almost beat me. I was like, boy, don't lose it. Because Chris Paul just skinnier now, and he woo better. Like no. That bubble series that was.
That was crazy. I remember that game.
That was very tough. But
what would
Chris
I say?
Paul,
if I was his daughter, I don't know. It's a lot.
What'd you say?
It's a lot of shit you can't really talk shit to me about. I don't know.
Yeah, he make a lot of money.
You
have all time.
Is that bullying?
No, it's bullying. If Steph Curry kids would be bullying, that'd be easy. If Steph Curry's kids was talking, my dad dropped your dad off.
That shit would hurt.
And honestly, they probably can't even mention money though, because like I'm pretty sure they're like at like a private school or something like that. So the other kids, if they at the same school, more than likely their parents got money too. So you can't be like, well, at least my dad's rich. I mean, you can that comeback you can say it, but in the inside it don't fulfill you. It's like dang, because now you go home and think about it. This nigga never gonna win a ring.
So you start looking at your dad different.
I don't know. It's like your dad getting beat up or something. Like
I say my dad's nickname was the Point God. Now, sure, he cannot beat Steph Curry, but who can? Okay, who can? My dad got injured. Okay, all the time he gets injured, very inconvenient times. But it's fine.
That's another joke.
See, they're not gonna. You think this ain't?
And then he got punched on by Rondo.
Oh well, they can definitely make fun of that Rondo hit.
Yeah.
No man, Rondo hit your dad. Why don't? Yeah, but
there's no way.
Rondo's Chris Paul got the worst
punch.
plot. Chris Paul definitely got the worst plot of all time.
If it was me, I'm trying to secure the bag. That's just, they need reverse Brittany Reiner that shit. Secure the bag. That's what they need to do.
What do you mean?
Date? What you mean? You got to date her. That's fuck bullying. You need to secure the bag.
Man, if they like 10, 11, I don't know how old that daughter. I assume her daughter might be like 12, 10, 11, 12. They not really. They boys like they definitely. Unless it's girl. Imagine girls are bullying them. Girls bullying about that. That's crazy because girls bullying is different. That's different. I think girl insults they hit a little harder because they really like.
Why?
Yeah, I feel it. I don't know. I feel like boy insults like we know we boys we rowdy we joke like it's like man he talking but girls they I don't know it's. I think especially girl to girl. I think girl to girl because definitely
more. Yeah, they
I think they hit more. They really definitely trying to.
Okay.
They're trying to kid yourself. Wait, I did have a video, or we had a little conversation where I said Chris Paul had the worst plot of all time. It'll be tough if they saw that video and say, "Hey, I have an idea," and then they went to school and did that. That's not hilarious. But that is a. That's a good inside joke stuff. I ain't gonna bring it up though because we ain't got time for that. That's hilarious though. But what I do want to bring up, want to play a little game, Jared. I don't know how much time you have left, but I will start with this. I want to compare duos. Jokic and Murray's killing it. I want to compare duos, all-time duos. I want you to tell me what duo would you take. Now, with this being said, these two players, the duo, right? They have a team perfectly constructed around them, right? So you can't say like, oh well, if you look at the all-time team, that team's better than that team. No, their team's perfectly constructed. So we're gonna start. We'll start with Jokic, man. You ready?
Yeah.
Because Jokic is killing it, right? Jokic having an all-time great postseason. Jokic and Murray versus Tony Parker and Tim Duncan.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, start with you, man. We start with you because I need that. I need that.
Don't look at the team.
The perfect, just those two, and it's a perfectly constructed team around those boys.
Jokic and Murray.
You know? Reese, what you feeling? How you feeling, Reese? Jokic got perfect offense.
It's a hard one.
Duncan got perfect defense. And then you got Murray and Parker. You got to think. I know. I feel you. Because you say Jokic better than Chamberlain. Remember that. So if you think Jokic better than Chamberlain, I'm saying like it shouldn't be.
I do. Well, slightly though. I'll probably take Tony Parker and
Tim Duncan. You like that defense a lot, huh?
I do. Because like if you, I know you're saying like if the perfect team is constructed around them. So I'm just saying.
But I think they have the team perfectly
then it's
constructed.
gonna be 2v2. I'm just gonna think of it as 2v2. Right.
You know, I think literally the Nuggets now and the Spurs back then are the perfectly constructed team. So you could even just compare them teams regardless too. Because I think the Nuggets have a great constructed team in terms of what maximizes them. Obviously, they're about to win a championship, and the Spurs obviously had that as well. So I'm just kidding. Like you can think of it in that lens since they do have perfectly constructed or really good constructed teams.
Yeah, I'd probably still go with.
And this is the reason why, because he picked that right. This is the reason why, and I think John can answer this one too. The reason why I say that is because if I do this comparison, it might be low. Because if I do like say LeBron and Kyrie and Curry and Durant, right? You know, Curry and Durant's team was significantly better than LeBron and Kyrie's team, right? They lost in 5. But if they had a team that was equal, like who would you take?
So we're not doing Jokic anymore. So between those two.
No, okay, yeah, we're done. But I just gave you that. But wait, actually, don't even do that one. Do this one: Stephen, KD, or LeBron and Dwayne Wade.
LeBron and Dwayne Wade.
Dang, you interested? You interested? What? Stephen, KD's freaking gangbusters.
I still take LeBron. Because we talking about like that's 2013 LeBron then. Yeah.
Anyway, 2017 KD and 2017 Curry's. I feel they ain't their prime too, but okay. What y'all think, Jared, John? What y'all think?
Yeah, I'm taking LeBron. I don't trust KD. Like if it's just him and Curry, like I don't know. He haven't shown us that he could. It seems like he needed a super team to win. So until he can prove otherwise, then yeah, I'm taking LeBron.
And we're saying
and Wade.
And we're saying a perfect constructed team for them, right? So like obviously like LeBron would have like a whole bunch of shooters around him, but KD, right? He not known for being a playmaker like that, so he wouldn't have like that many shooters. He'll have more probably defenders or something around him, right? Stuff like that. That's what you're saying. Stuff like that.
Yeah, it's in that sense.
So like for Curry, he needs Draymond on his team, but
yeah, so you could
like for KD, that would kind of like, you know.
Yeah, I still probably take LeBron
because it's basically 2017 Warriors at that point if you say Steph, KD, because that was Andre Iguodala, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson were wonderful defenders who could also kind of stretch the floor. So, but hey, Jared, what you think? How you feeling?
2013, like the old LeBron.
2013 LeBron and 2017.
Yeah, I go LeBron.
Oh, there you go. Hey, yeah, F Steph and KD, huh? That's not great. So you said LeBron, Dwayne Wade, the better duo. I feel okay. What about okay? Let's do this one. So let's Steph and Klay versus LeBron and Kyrie. But it's those versions of it.
As long as it's not game 6.
Wait, say that again.
Steph and Klay versus LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, LeBron. I'm taking them again. Even Kyrie. Hey man, they went Shaq and Kobe. So,
and Jared, what you feeling? It's the best shooting backcourt of all time. Yeah, LeBron and Kyrie is also a really great duo. So, hey, I think
7 though.
LeBron.
So.
That one's a lot closer though.
It's a lot closer. But you going LeBron?
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was the other one. I feel like the other ones, Steph and KD is a little closer to me than this one.
I'm doing a fun one. Ready? Let's do this one. Russ and KD, or Tatum and Brown.
Russ and KD.
Oh my gosh,
that's a fun one.
I'm taking Russ. I mean, come on now, Jesse. I know you don't like Russ, but you know Russ is like, you know, back then he was like that. So
prime, he wasn't in his prime. He wasn't in his prime though. Yeah, he wasn't in his prime. He was before his prime. It was right before his prime.
But even before his prime, he's a pretty solid player. So I'm taking Russ and KD. I know that probably kills you to say that, but
no, you pick what you got to pick. I feel
no. I'm saying for you, I want to hear what you got to say.
Oh well, let y'all pick, and I'll jump in.
I would trust Russ and KD way more than Tatum and Brown.
Damn.
Why way more? Why way more?
Just maybe like a recency bias for like
that is definitely recency bias.
Yeah.
That boys blew a 3-1 lead. I don't know why you say way more. The boys blew a 3. Hey, look. Hey, they did good,
but it's who they blew it to though. Like that. I mean,
I know, but you blew a 3. I know.
The Celtics they lost to the Warriors. What year is that? The 2022 Warriors. They lost to them. So
that's a good team.
Imagine if they would have faced the 72 and 9 Warriors. Like it wouldn't have been close.
I mean, they were a lot, but they still probably
older. It's not the same. Like
I think I still take
it. Ain't the same scariness. Yeah, come on now.
I say look. I know Tatum and Brown just had a bad loss just now. But Tatum and Brown been in the conference finals many times, like 4 times. Brown went 5 times. And Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, I mean, they just made the finals. I know you said they lost the Warriors, but them boys they swept KD and Kyrie. They beat the Bucks in 7. They faced a really good Heat team. You know, Johnny, like hyping them boys up. They faced really good. They were the 1 seed that year. They faced a really good Heat team. Beat them at home in Game 7, and they faced the main character team who was also in the finals. Lost in 6. So I'm saying, look, these boys, like the KD and Russ hasn't done anything that Tatum and Brown hasn't done either. Like I know KD and Russ did, but like they definitely had they had flame out games as well. They had bad plot as well too because they definitely should have kept James Harden. But to me, it's not as big of a like, oh my gosh, like Tatum and Brown. Like I know Brown just had that bad turnover game in Game 7, but almost, they were down 3-0, almost came back, almost, Tatum rolled his ankle. It's tough, but the boys have provided some really good stuff for the Boston Celtics. They took LeBron, Super LeBron. I know but as like rookies, like Tatum a rookie, took him to 7 against Super LeBron. Like Tatum's only lost
Super
2
LeBron
Game 7s.
With who though?
I know, but look, the Super LeBron beating everybody. He could almost like he was doing everything. That's like the best player ever. Like he's a rookie Tatum, and second year Brown.
Didn't KD them? That's who they faced as well though, and they faced him with Wade. So it's not like you.
Wait, who faced who with Wade? Oh, you were talking about KD?
Yeah, KD and Russ, right?
Yeah. So, but I'm saying like they both.
And who else did they beat? Spurs.
Who beat?
You just said they beat the Spurs, like. So they went through some good teams too.
Okay.
Also, weren't they
3-1
against the Warriors too? Isn't that the 72 win Warriors?
Yeah. They blew it. Yeah. 3-1 lead.
So wouldn't that be?
So I mean, they just ran into a great team. Not great, but historically, I mean, not historically, statistically, from the greatest team ever.
They came back from the 8th seed.
Yeah, but that's with them toying with them. It wasn't like a.
Almost came back. I shouldn't say.
Nobody thought the Celtics was ever gonna win that. Like that was with them. Like, all right, bro, we don't need to win. Like I could see the way Jimmy was playing. Like when it was time for them to lock in. When it was time for them to lock in, that's when it was like.
I don't know if they just gave up games.
Even Game 6, no, it's not gave up, but it's just like, bro, we got another one. Like, okay, say for instance, you may dive on the ball. If it's a Game 7, you may dive on that ball, but Game 5 and 4, you probably be like, all right, whatever. Or at least pretend like you're going to dive, but don't dive. But if it's Game 7, you going all out. I just feel like I can see their body language. I can see the way they was playing. It was just like, whatever. Even Game 6.
Jimmy Butler got a better mentality. Yeah. I think they was actively choking, but then eventually they got it. Because Game 6, they was like on it, but then they lost. But then Game 7, like Tatum rolled his ankle, and then no one gave a 3.
He rolled his ankle.
Did that not matter?
It didn't, bro. Okay,
no, look. If my best player, because Jaylen Brown had to have more scoring, he had to be more of the scorer, but he can't dribble. 8 turnovers. I'm saying the Heat did beat them boys clean. If Tatum played, definitely could have still won. But at the same time, like they got blown out. I don't know. I don't know. That's just unfortunate because I don't know if I saw the best version of Jason Tatum. I'm not gonna discount the Heat.
That's
I think
a huge asterisk that you trying to.
The Heat won. I'm not, because the Heat won, but they were actively. You can't say they're not actively choking when they're almost blowing a 3-0 lead. They're just kind of just giving up games. They're actively choking the series.
Like, there's no way you come into like Game 6 and like be like, oh well, we could just go back to we can go back to Game 7. Like you want to win as many because one, you get benefits from it. You get time off to rest for the Nuggets.
All right, now I'll say Game 6 definitely they tried. But game 4 and 5, I just felt like they was going through the motions. Like, all right, because you that's what you feel like. We got time. Like, so what? They take this game or not? Or let's finish in Miami. Things of that nature. But definitely Game 6, I definitely do think they tried because if you go to Game 7, like that's too risky. But Game 4 and 5, and let them come back. But even with them coming back, they didn't win. So
yeah, man. Hey, good. Hey, I'll pick because it went back to the KD Russ versus Tatum and Brown. I will pick Russ and KD from the simple fact that KD is a superstar. I don't think Tatum hit that yet, but that's literally it. Like Tatum and Brown are like, that's to me that's closer than.
So you think Jaylen Brown is better than Russ was?
No, I don't think. I think Russ. I just don't like. To me personally, like his play, like because what Russ did consistently was take the ball away from KD, and that's like because Russ would try to like be the guy in KD's. That's why KD left. I think Tatum and Brown have a better dynamic than Russ and KD have. You know what I'm saying? Like two wing defenders.
A lot more free flowing.
Yeah, it's like I just they have a better dynamic. I think Russ is better than Jaylen Brown. I just think like the duo. Cool. That's why I'm ranking the duos. I think the duo.
We have the best team
top 25 player of all time.
Who?
Is he a top 25 player of all time?
Russell Westbrook?
Yeah.
Not at all. What the heck?
Oh,
top
okay.
25?
I'm just wondering.
No, I had a thing. I was like, because if you're talking about like what 2010s, yeah, and 2025, he's top what 10 player, 15 player in the 2010s, whatever. But of all time, there's too many. He's
just wondering.
He's top. I'll give him top 75. We'll give you that. He's top 75. Hall of Famer. Cool. Triple double average. I'll give you that. But I'm not giving you what you just said. That's crazy.
Best record ever.
Shaq and Kobe or Jordan and Pippen?
Shaq and Kobe. Yeah. It's close though. So I'd probably take Shaq.
That's a good one. If they facing each other, I mean,
they have the perfect team.
Obviously, ain't holding Shaq.
No, obviously, but like I said, you have a team.
Robin, you think Robin did something against him?
Yeah, if Dennis Rodman was still.
Oh, Dennis Rodman was great against Shaq, but I don't know if it's it's not. This is 1997 Shaq. Like Dennis Rodman did a wonderful job against him. Like he essentially scored like no points. Okay. But a couple years later, I don't know if you say Shaq and when he got into his prime 2 years later, I don't know. Maybe Dennis Rodman was an amazing defender, so obviously Dennis Rodman's getting thrown towards and then Scottie Pippen probably guards Kobe Bryant. But then obviously I don't know. They're both.
They'll have the perfect team still around.
I want to say Kobe and Shaq, but at the same time it's just like it's Jordan and Pippen. So I don't know. That's just it sounds weird going against them, because they pretty much you can say the greatest duo ever in a sense of accomplishments. So, they got the same amount of rings, right?
No, Jordan Pippen got 6.
Not together, but
Kobe and Shaq has 3 together. Kobe 5 by himself. Shaq 4 by himself.
Or 4 by himself.
4 in total.
But
3. 1 by him.
But if they would have stayed together, they probably would have, probably had 6.
I don't think so. No? Tim Duncan and the Spurs existed. That definitely would have slowed that down.
That's a good question.
So that means, so you're saying like Tim Duncan and the Spurs would have probably beat Shaq and Kobe. So that's the case. Then that means you're probably thinking Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan will probably beat Shaq and Kobe. Because are you saying would the Spurs beat Michael Jordan?
I mean, because they may have been able to. Because the reason why Shaq and Kobe maybe could have 5-peated, but then Tim Duncan and the Spurs swept them in '99. They won 3 in a row, and then Tim Duncan and the Spurs beat them in the second round. So they definitely Tim Duncan and the Spurs and Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker were developing, and then the mid 2000s became who they were. Because those early teams was Duncan and Robinson, really. And then it became Tony Parker, Ginobili, right? So the Spurs are getting better and better. See what I'm saying? So, like, they're not going to win 6. Maybe they win 5. I'll take one away. They lost to Detroit. Maybe they get to the finals the next year, but the Spurs were on it. Like, Spurs were here. So, I don't know. That's the reason why they didn't have the greatest dynasty ever, is literally because they had beef with each other. Shaq didn't work out as much as he should have, and the San Antonio Spurs. Those are 3 reasons. But, Jordan had those issues. He just had, like, no one in the East was touching him.
He had no issues.
No one touching him in the East. And then the West, it was just like, who's next type of thing. Like, okay, you want it, who's next? Like, we're the only team. The Rockets, the only team we escaped that. Every other team that was good in the West in the 90s, who's next? So, John, who'd you pick?
I'm going to go Jordan and Pippen, just off accomplishments. But I do think probably Kobe and Shaq will win, but just off, winning 6 of them, I got to give it to them.
All right, Jared, who'd you pick?
I go Jordan Pippen.
And Maurice, you Shaq and Kobe?
Yeah, I'm still Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah, stay. I'll tell you one thing. Shaq and Kobe hate each other while they're playing. Jordan and Pippen hate each other after they playing. You know what I'm saying? So that dynamic changes, right?
Yeah, Pippen just wanted more credit he deserved.
Oh, you think he deserved that credit?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to get into that or not, but
that's a whole.
Yeah, that's something totally different.
No, but look.
Before you guys get into that,
I don't know if Jared got the
okay,
time.
Jared. All right, Jared. Hey, peace out, man. Hey, good luck with the Nuggets. I'm definitely, but I do want to. I do want to say something. I'm curious, but Jared, you can head out. But I do have to look. I'm gonna tell you something. No, I'm just curious. If Jordan get drafted by the Trailblazers, right? So that whole like, and Scottie Pippen gets drafted. Do you think Scottie Pippen is like anywhere? I'm just curious. Do you think Scottie Pippen is like the Hall of Famer, or do you think he's like still a really good player if Jordan is just not in his life at all? Like Jordan goes to the Trailblazers and then Scottie Pippen stays, I guess, in Seattle, or he goes to Chicago, whatever. Like, do you think Scottie Pippen still develops to like what he was or anywhere close?
I think he still would have been a great player. Probably not a like Hall of Famer, maybe. I don't know, cause I don't know what did he do after Jordan. It's kind of like what it would boil down to. I'm not familiar with his.
I'll tell you, Jared. If you can, because if I get into this, you're just gonna be sitting here. So you can head out. You can head out.
All right, man. Have a good night, guys.
But yeah, he went to Portland. They made the conference finals. They lost to Shaq and Kobe.
Okay. And
so yeah,
how many years did he play after that though? That was his.
I think like 5 years after he left Jordan.
Did his like what I'm saying, like his points, his steals, like did his play drop off much after Jordan left?
His play, well, yeah, he didn't play. He was getting older. I would say the best sample size is when Jordan retired in the mid '90s, and then Scottie Pippen was entering his prime. And then the first year, his numbers increased. They won 55 games, and they lost in 7 to the Knicks.
So he was still hooping after Jordan left.
This is with Jordan's Jordan being there. Obviously, Jordan was there to help him because Jordan pushing him as a player was a big part of his development. So I don't know, like.
I mean, if you're a great player, you're a great player. So I mean, there's like, what's the guy that was beefing with Shannon Sharp? What's his name? Brown. It's something I forgot his first name.
Brown.
Yeah, like he played with Kobe, right? But look what happened to him. So
I know, but yeah, some people Jordan took it out on him when he was like, because it's Jordan's fault. But he took it. He did the same treatment, but it doesn't work on everybody. But it worked well on Scottie Pippen. It just didn't work on him at all.
And that's what I'm saying. There's like it's 50% mental and 50% skill. So you still have to have that skill. So I think he had the skill regardless, no matter who would have been playing with him. So of course Jordan helped, but I don't think his career is defined by him playing with Jordan. I think it's just they happen to play together at the same time.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's Robin.
I think it's defined.
He's a Robin.
But that's why he's pissed because he wanted to get separated.
I agree. He is a Robin, and I don't think he would have won any championships without Jordan. But I don't think Jordan would have won any championships without him. Hint his earlier career, and hint after he left Pippen. So,
I mean, I don't know. I feel like he would have won a couple. He might have won.
Same with Kyrie.
I think he's nice.
You think Jordan would have won some?
No, the reason why I say that because like Reese, you played the George Child. You know who them boys who was playing with them beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like them boys weren't going. They had nobody. So if you gave him one solid player,
one solid like Pippen.
Yeah. So I mean, he need. But I feel like he could get any.
They said they got what's the man's name? I'm gonna say Duncan Robinson.
They went back into.
I'm bugging right now. You just said his name. Oh my gosh, he get rebounds.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman. Sorry. If you just gave him at least Dennis Rodman, I actually think they still probably would have won at least one championship. I don't know if he would have. I
think. I don't know about that. I think Sean Kemp. Give me somebody like Sean Kemp. I think would have won.
I think they would have won Dennis Rodman.
Nah, they wouldn't won with Rodman. I mean, Rodman is great for like
Scottie Pippen's down the team. The only person is Rodman, and the team is still the same. Everybody else is still the same. I think they would have won.
It depends.
At least one series.
I don't. That's a little hard. That's a little harder because the West was hard, but I don't know. That's a little harder. I mean, Scottie Pippen's pivotal. You just need 1 20-point per game score. The reason why I don't say Dennis because he averaged 5, but like you need 1 20-point per game. So I think Sean Kemp is a solid, really good player. Actually, very underrated, really, really good player. But he's not better than Pippen. But I think if you just give him like a Sean Kemp, he wins like I don't know. That's me. Scottie Pippen, don't come at me though. Because Scottie Pippen definitely write books about people. Scottie Pippen wrote a book and completely destroyed his whole relationship, and now Jordan's son is doing things with his ex-wife, and that's not hilarious, but that's definitely some.
He don't know his role.
Oh yeah, he didn't understand that. He didn't understand.
He just want appreciation.
We do.
You just gotta understand. Like, he feel like what he did is on par with Jordan. Now, a lot of people call him Robin. Like, I mean, not Robin and stuff like that. Who want to be called that? Like, I am pivotal to these championships. I'm not gonna say just as much as Jordan, but a great percentage of it.
So he not
he not. I guess I wouldn't call him a role player.
No, he's not a role player.
No, he's not a role player.
No.
He a star player.
That's how people treat him. Like, he a role player. That's how they. But they forget Jordan career before him and Jordan career after him. It's just the proof is in the pudding. He's just as important as Jordan.
No, he's not just as important.
Yes,
he's important. He's just very important. He's not just as important.
You seen Jordan? Okay, what did Jordan do without him? That's all.
I know, but he faced the like all-time great Celtics team. Like, I don't know,
wasn't
like,
good enough to get it done, right?
Because he faced the all-time great Celtics team.
He is an
Larry
all-time.
Bird. You facing three? No, you're not facing. You're facing Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish. You by yourself. Who's on that team?
Let's put it like this: if he would have had Pippen, would they have won those games?
If you had prime Pippen or young Pippen?
Because I'm about to say,
Pippen in his prime.
Prime.
They would still lost. They were probably lost in 5 because they did 5-game series. I think they still would have lost. If it's that team with prime Pippen. If it's now the prime Bulls, then yeah. But if it's just
the prime.
If it's the prime Bulls,
I guess it would be. Yeah, well, however you want to slice it.
Well, I mean, didn't they go against the Lakers and Scottie Pippen wasn't? I wouldn't, because he wasn't in his prime, man. He was still a good player, like, but he wasn't like how we expect Scottie Pippen to be. And they still beat the Lakers?
Michael Jordan averaged 30 points and 11 assists in that series against Magic.
That's what I'm saying.
That is freaking amazing. 11 assists.
They won that series?
Oh, they beat the Lakers in 5, but the Lakers didn't have Kareem anymore, and they weren't. It wasn't the all-time Lakers.
It's not the Lakers.
They were
thinking of
the beat up Lakers.
But even
it's definitely the beat up Lakers.
Like, the one he could never beat. Them Lakers.
Who could never beat?
Who?
Jordan.
No, I mean that was not an issue. The issue he couldn't beat the Celtics.
That's the only time they won against the Lakers was that series.
Yeah, it's the only time. Yeah.
It's really Celtics.
But yeah, like,
so who was the other teams he was losing
Pistons and the Celtics.
He lost. He lost to the Pistons. Yeah.
Oh, the football team.
Yeah, the freaking. And the reason because they kept freaking. They literally get ejected if they playing now. They just hitting you when you get. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean that's why they said soft now. So we can't compare it to now.
Pippen, he needed Pippen. Like Pippen, like in the doc, I think Pippen be a little emotional. I think in the doc he literally says there's no Jordan without Pippen. Like he need Pippen to get them 6 championships. I don't think he need Pippen to get a championship. I think he can just get another player that's really good and get a championship. But to be that super dynasty, Pippen was pivotal. Yes, I don't know if you think he overrated. I don't know if you think he underrated. No, you don't think he overrated. I maybe think he underrated. I think he was underpaid. But he signed that contract because I don't know. That was a bad decision. He definitely shouldn't have signed that contract. He's making $2 million, and then we overpaid him, and then he underachieved with us, which is tough. We just gave that man some money, some charity money, essentially.
He only made $2 million.
Yeah, he's making $2 million a year, and Jordan making 33. Maybe that's why he's pissed the most. Jordan making 33, and he's making 2.
That's not. Why are you blaming Jordan for? That's his agent's fault.
That was his fault. That's the Scottie Pippen's fault. He signed that contract. They told him not to sign that contract.
Or him or his agent? Oh, his agent told him not to sign it.
Yeah, they said don't sign it because if you sign it, you're locked into it, and then like we're gonna make more money. Jordan in the finals, like the league's gonna make more money. Like, don't sign it. But he was like, he wasn't confident in himself. He was like, I need to have this money now because I need to,
So even then, he didn't believe in himself. Then, so I don't understand what
he needed Jordan to believe.
What he bitching and complaining about? I don't understand what he complaining about.
He playing about life, man. Scottie Pippen is pissed at a lot of things. He called Phil Jackson racist too. That's definitely an accusation that you don't want to throw out to people. But Scottie Pippen definitely great player, but I think Jordan needed him, but he didn't need him that bad like that. Like he didn't need him like
Scottie needed.
Yeah, I mean you can say that, but the
Scottie needed
proof
Jordan
is in the pudding.
I think.
I mean, yeah, like hey, he had nobody on his team. That's why I'm saying he had nobody without him. Hey.
What other superstar
after Pippen came, then he had somebody, right?
I don't know what other superstar could Scottie have joined with to make him like during that tenure, during that era. Like I still even like if you went to like
Charles
the Knicks,
Barkley.
if you went to the Knicks, he still probably lost. Like say Sean Kemp went to the Bulls and Scottie went to the Knicks, he still probably would have lost.
Or the Supersonics. Probably go Supersonics. I think he went to the Supersonics. I mean, Gary Payton is very vicious as well. He does trash talk his teammates as well. But I think they would lose to the Jordan and Kemp Sean Kemp
still would have lost.
Bulls. I think Jordan is just that great of a player. Like when Charles Barkley faced when the Bulls faced the Suns, Charles Barkley played amazing in that series. But literally, like I dropped 40 and 20, but I can't win because Jordan just dropped 55. Damn. Like there's literally someone actually better than me.
Damn.
Like I'm doing everything, and there's someone just still better than me. That's, my man got all these games, the flu game and the shrug game and spectacular move, and
I think Scottie in his mind is
I don't know,
because he's like guarding. I'm assuming he's guarding the best offensive player on the team, right? I'm pretty sure. I would assume Michael is not always guarding.
No, I mean sometimes.
Even he's a guard, I guess. Even as a guard, Scottie would still guard those guards 1 through 5.
He had a lot of responsibilities. Yeah. But Pippen was also a really good passer, good scorer. You're just not as important as Jordan. You just accept it. You're a Robin. That's why Kyrie got upset. You're a Robin. And that's not bad. You make millions of dollars.
Now he want to join with LeBron again, though.
You want to join? Nah, LeBron ain't. Nah, that doesn't even fit. That wouldn't even fit. That's literally not even a thing. Literally, Chris Paul being available. I don't know. If I'm the Lakers, I'm just assigning Chris Paul. I don't know if I'm like.
No.
Kyrie
I meant they want LeBron to come to the Mavs.
I know Kyrie say, hey, you should come, but he won't fit with Luka. Like you remember Tobias, he put that roster together like that. That worked in 2K. But that I don't know if that's gonna work in like real life. LeBron old too. I don't know. If I'm the Lakers, maybe I'll try to get Kyrie, but I think Chris Paul will be a great pickup. But with that, the last thing to talk about with the Miami, I do want to compare. I'm just curious what y'all think. Miami's run obviously is an all-time great run. I want to ask this question: the Miami Heat win the NBA championship. Do you think this run is better than the 2011 Dallas Mavericks run?
Did you ask? I thought you asked this question already.
I don't know if I asked John. Maybe if I did, I didn't ask John.
That's a good question. Nah, you didn't ask me that. I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, it's a better run, huh?
Yeah.
I
mean, because I guess Miami and Denver is kind of the same. I mean, they did go through the Lakers too, so. I don't know. I guess because I watched it. That's
yeah,
really,
get that bias in. I get that.
That's the only thing I can definitively say about that. I don't know. I feel like the Heat went through all of the top teams. I guess the Knicks not a top team, but they went through literally the two best teams in the East, which Celtics and the Bucks, and underdog both time, and
we're not gonna count injuries.
I know they took them to 7, but at no point in there we thought the Celtics were gonna win. At least I didn't.
That's confidence. I like that. That's good confidence.
And then the Bucks only won one game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They dominated them. I can't remember what the Mavericks. I can't remember if the games were close or how they went.
I mean, they swept the Lakers.
Damn.
Kobe's Lakers. They beat the Thunder.
I know
they beat the Thunder.
Was it the Lakers, or was it just
they won 57 games? They won 57 games.
Paul Gasol.
They won 57 games.
No injuries.
I think Kobe might have been slightly injured, but he still was really good. And I would say, I would also say that you could tell when someone getting pissed. I know Andrew Bynum. I remember Andrew Bynum like hit JJ Barea, the Mavericks player, right in his sternum because he was getting pissed that they were getting swept. That's how you know you pissed. That's a flagrant 2, and he got ejected from the game. I was like, that's Dallas really got that's tough. And they beat the Thunder and KD, young Thunder, but they beat him at 6, and they beat Miami, LeBron, and Dwayne Wade in 6 as well. So
who are we going to round 1?
Portland, and then
okay.
Yeah, so that wasn't.
I don't know who will be on Portland's team. I don't know.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
I guess that's probably their best player.
I don't know. That's That's about even, really.
I'll tell you the most iconic run of all time is obviously the Dirk Nowitzki run, right? If Miami wins, I would say this may eclipse it in terms of iconic because this will be the lowest seed team of all time to do it. I think the hardest run of all time is the team that has the lowest seed to do it and win is the 6th seed Rockets in 1995 because they faced the 60-win Jazz in the first round with Karl Malone, Josh Stockton. Second round, they faced the 59-win Suns, came back from down 3-1 against Charles Barkley. And then the next round, they faced the MVP, David Robinson, 62-win team, beat them boys in 6. Then they faced Penny and Shaq, 57-win team, Orlando Magic, swept them boys. So there's no, like, break in that. There's no, like, oh, let's rest next round. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's literally, like, gang beaters, gang busters in every single round. So, but that's the hardest, but it's not the most iconic. And the reason why is because Dirk beating LeBron his first year in Miami is hilarious to see, and everyone loved to see that. So that's definitely the most iconic. Now, if Jimmy can overcome this,
because he beat. I thought it because of just the times, like social media and stuff like that. I feel like if that would have happened now, that Rockets thing, I think that would probably be pretty iconic. You would have put all that.
Yeah, I mean, but also it helps. It'll be pretty iconic.
Would have pushed the shit out there.
But I just feel like LeBron is just like beating LeBron and him playing that ridiculously bad in a final series, and Dirk and they're like the plot is circulating, like, you know, they were making fun of Dirk for being sick, right? LeBron was right. Yeah, he do push it. LeBron, he was writing a diss track to like all his haters after because they were up 2-1 and he thought he was gonna win, so he was starting to write a diss track. And a lot of the bars gonna be against Skip Bayless too. Like, it was like that's all getting leaked out. It's hilarious. And then them boys lose 3 straight games. And Dirk hitting game winners and Jason Terry locking down LeBron. Like, yeah, that's hilarious, and that is definitely very iconic. So that's why they give him that. You know what I'm saying?
I can see it.
I think Jimmy Butler be most iconic because of the fact that Dirk's team was a 3 seed. Akeem's team just won a championship the year prior. And who the hell is Gabe Vincent? And who the hell is Caleb Martin?
You know Gabe Vincent. Gabe.
You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why. But I say the Nuggets. I'm gonna say Nuggets in 6. I want to say Nuggets in 5 because, like, I can see another Jimmy Butler. I can see Jimmy Butler do for one of these games. He hadn't had a good game in a while. I feel like he do for one of these games. So I see a Jimmy Butler masterpiece coming soon. But hey, I'm trying to push narratives. Jared, hopefully you're able to be on this pod when it comes, because we're definitely gonna throw a party for you. Like I said, I'm gonna have like 5 songs ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming with energy, Jared. You're gonna be coming with some big energy too. We want that big energy because Jared like Jokic. He be chill with his wins. He winning, he chill. He like Jokic, and that's good. But when you win that championship, Jokic gonna be hype, and you gonna be hype because I'm gonna have all this copyrighted music just for you, and we get to see some plot because, like I said, none of these people here, none of us project to have any plot. John, you believe in your Cowboys. I don't know if you do, but none of us project that. Oh, you know, Maurice, you got the Aaron Rodgers effect. No. You know, I don't know. but hey, y'all stay tuned with next couple of weeks we'll definitely bring some NFL content. Some NBA, the NBA season's over, so bring some NFL content. I know John is itching to, talk about his Cowboys, talk about all the great things.
Since sports have
Hey, look, literally, I ain't got nothing unless y'all want to talk about Messi going to Miami MLS. But I don't know. And then baseball, the dog days of baseball, anybody gonna talk about baseball until you get very far down. So yeah, definitely the Stanley Cup about to end. Ain't nothing to talk about. The hockey people up north doing these podcasts, they wrapping it up just like I'm wrapping it up. You know what I'm saying? We wrapping up this basketball stuff, they wrapping up. They talking in the Canadian accent, they wrapping up their stuff too. So definitely be football centered. But John, you ready for that? I know you're ready to get on your football talks. I'm gonna also see if I can bring the hyenas on here too. See if I can bring Casey on this. We're gonna get toxic. You gotta get all these toxic takes out now. So when the season come in, I can definitely get on some really some 2019, Sam Houston, the shop type vibes where
Crazy.
It's gonna be.
He just want tape. That's why. So if y'all fuck up, y'all say some crazy shit, he can say it later and back in the season. You trying to get his tape.
I mean, yeah, it's good. It'll be a clip. I try to bait John and say when he said this is our year, I wanted him to say that. So if they lose or when they lose, I can clip it. But then he was smart and decided not to say that, so nothing happened. So, but look, if the hyenas are here and then they say something crazy, and then you have to try to defend them because you're on their side, then everything changes. You know what I'm saying? See, there you go. There you go. So.
Yeah, I mean, you got Casey, so.
Yeah, it's hard too. I feel it. Casey 8. That's hard.
But
Yeah.
I feel like y'all are not, y'all don't really care about the Texans like that, so it ain't as fun as it used to be.
No, I mean, I'm excited to see what happens this season.
Oh, okay. That's right. Y'all did draft y'all savior, so.
We'll see what happens. You're a funny guy. Wait, we'll see what happens. I know he toxic. He troll toxic.
I don't know how
he's funny.
You so good.
I didn't say save. I said I just need a quarterback. He said save.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, but
good at that shit, bro. I don't know why.
No, but he's funny though. He toxic. I like that. That's good toxicity. But see, me and Reese, we know we know you too long. We know those little toxic words you put out there. That's funny. You funny guy, and that's why you're on the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more content like this, and stay tuned for that Toxic John content, man. It's coming soon. And we out of here. Peace.